I really don't want to watch this film. I have to be honest, like, this film just... Okay, so just so you can get an idea, right? You know how, like, everyone has things that traumatize them as a kid to the point where it nearly ruined your childhood because that's just how, like, scary it was? So for me, I have, like, Jeff the Killer, Bloody Mary, Chucky, right? But Chucky was on top. Like, he ruined my childhood. I'm not even lying. Like, honestly. So, context-wise, I was about 4. You know how sometimes you just have memories of when you were, like, really young? And I remember being at a DVD shop back when those were still a thing, and walking down an aisle and seeing this thing with red hair. I didn't know it was a doll. I didn't know what it was. And I just remember it had red hair and it freaked me out and I didn't like it. And it was kind of like just engraved in my memory. And flash forward to, I was probably about 10. And I had this friend, and you know, you have a friend that knows too much for being a child. You know, the one that kind of like explains stuff to you and kind of like tells you stuff that you probably should know. And she was telling me about her favourite film because she loved horror films even though she was 10 years old, and how Chucky was her favourite, like, you know, she loved Chucky, and she was talking about like the films, and she'd tell me, you know, he's a doll and he like kills people, and I was like a child, so I was terrified. And when I was at her house, she's like, look, this is the DVD of this film I was telling you about, and I saw it and I was like, oh my god. I can't remember if it was like the exact same like DVD cover, it probably wasn't, but it was like, that is the thing, that is the like the memory that I have from being like very like I said, I must have been about 4 or 5, and seeing this thing on a DVD cover and it really freaking me out, like that is him. And obviously because she told me all the stuff that he did in the films, I was like really scared. And then one day on my laptop I was showing another friend I had Chucky. Like I was like, I can't be the only one who's traumatized by this, I need to traumatize someone else as well. And my mum walked in and she told us off for like looking at things that were going to scare us. So my mum and dad thought it'd be really funny as a type of punishment for me like looking at those things to kind of like just mess with me. So like, for example, one time I was in my room, my door was closed, I was just like playing with like dolls or whatever, my little pet shop with my friend, and someone knocked on the door. No one came in, so I go and open the door, there's no one there. I walk into the living room, no one's there. Walk into the kitchen, my mum and dad are there. I'm like, did you just knock on my door? And my mum goes, no. And they look at me all weird, and my mum says, it must have been Chucky. They thought it was hilarious, okay? And they did those type of jokes all the time. And one time I was doing my homework in the living room and there was like a storm outside, and my dad just went over to the window and he was just looking at it out the window for a while, and he says like, oh Abby, come here, there's like a doll with red hair lying on the floor with a knife next to it. And they thought it was hilarious, but I was the type of kid, I was scared of everything. I was the person, like I was a child ringing my parents to come pick me up from the sleepover because I was too scared. I was scared of the dark, I was scared of like everything. I was that kid, okay? I couldn't sleep at night because any noise, anything that I heard just really scared me. Like I generally had, like I would not sleep because I was so scared of everything. And I remember thinking that Chucky would be, like I had a shelves with all my teddies on it, and I thought that Chucky was like hiding behind one of them. I was generally terrified of Chucky, okay? He ruined my life. I'm not even, I'm not being dramatic. I hated him. I was terrified of him. So when I was about 16 and I'd start getting into horror films, I'm like, okay, let me watch Child's Play because like I'm older now, and then now I'm not scared of everything. Like now I actually really enjoy horror films. You know, let me watch it. And I turned that shit off so quickly. Like I just couldn't watch it. So now, 7 years later, I'm like, okay, it's time. It's time for me to conquer my fears and just watch it, you know? And what is kind of like helping me go through with this is, I know that there's like a series, there's like loads of films I think, and there's like a series, but apparently it's like almost more like a comedy, like it's very camp. Like Chucky has a kid, and I don't know if the kid is gay or if he's trans, but apparently Chucky is an ally, and he's very accepting of his son, and Tiffany, his wife, is supposed to be like an icon. So I'm like, okay, it's, you know, it's more kind of like, it's horror themed, but it's, like I said, it's fun, it's camp. I'm not sure if the first film was like that. It kind of just evolved into this kind of like, I don't know, but that's kind of like what's helped me, you know, I'm just gonna think about that. Chucky is an ally. I don't know why, like, it's like, he might be a bad person, but like, it's kind of like just campy horror. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not actually scary. So that is kind of like, okay. But I really just don't want to watch it. Like, even just looking at the poster, like, when I clicked on the video, it's just like, no. Like, you know when you see something and it's like, no. It's like, I'm not even scared. Like, when I look at him, he's not scary to me, but I still just feel like, I just don't like it. So, I just feel like no, I don't like this. This is like bringing out my inner child, but not in a good way. I'm doing this for her, okay? This is me conquering my fears. This is me healing my inner child right now. The thing is that I'm not even really scared by horror films. Like, I can't remember the last one that actually generally scared me. This one, I just feel like it is. Okay, it wasn't recording, so I'm just... That was a sign that it wasn't recording, to be honest. That was telling me, like, don't watch this. Yeah, so all I know is that it's a doll possessed by a guy. But I'm not sure how that works. I'm assuming it's the guy with the long hair.
Hey, don't leave me, God, no!
Yeah, because he's going into a toy shop. I mean, he doesn't seem scary. I mean, obviously he's a criminal, but he doesn't seem like... The thing is, even as a kid, I didn't really like dolls. As in, I had Barbie dolls, Monster High, Bratz dolls, that kind of stuff. But I didn't like baby dolls, I didn't like any other type of doll. Like, I thought they were creepy. It feels so weird to be watching this. I mean, you know how Halloween traumatized, like, a lot of people, like my parents were traumatized by Halloween because they watched it or they saw parts of it when they were kids. This was my Halloween.
You hear that, you son of a bitch?
I realized not got any subtitles.
I'm gonna get you for it!
I can't hear without subtitles. Oh.
Give me the power, I beg of you!
Okay. So he knows a spell as you do. That was someone's business that's just been blown up. See, even now as an adult, I don't know if anyone else does this probably, but do you not just like to walk down the toy section just to see what toys are like out now? Because there's actually so many that are like the same from like when I was a kid, but they also have stuff that's like, why was that not a thing when I was younger? I would have loved that. It's not fair. But I do hate how like Barbie and all that look now. They look too, like, I prefer the old like Bratz and Barbies, to be honest. I think that's just me. It's like a nostalgia thing. Okay, very independent kid.
Alright, good guys. That's our good guys show for today.
Who doesn't know how to call?
Because
Good guys say 3 different sentences. We even turn our heads and blink our eyes when you talk to us. Right, Oscar?
Hi, I'm Oscar, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho! Ha 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 ha! Wow!
Mm-mm.
And remember,
What is that? Is that butter or is that ice cream?
In toy stores throughout the greater Chicago area.
Oh, he thinks that's his present.
Mommy!
Oh, did he make a breakfast?
How long you been up, birthday boy?
Oh, okay, it's his birthday. I'll let him off then.
Good morning, Chicago. Leading off at this hour, Charles Lee Ray, the notorious Lakeshore Strangler, was shot and killed shortly before 3 a.m. this morning on Wabash Avenue.
Can I open this first, Mommy? Can I?
Annie, don't you want to start with the smaller one first?
That's what parents always say.
Okay. Go ahead.
I bet it's not going to be the good guy doll that you wanted.
Well, what do you think? You need these clothes so badly.
No kid wants clothes for the birthday.
I know. You want some toys, don't you? Not boring old clothes.
No, because when you're a kid, you get so many clothes, you get so much money, and it's like,
Oh, what do you think?
I want a good guy to go with.
as an adult, you don't get that stuff, and it's like, now that I
Didn't
need
know I
it,
put it in time this month to save up for it.
I don't get that. I mean, even getting socks now. I used to get socks as a present as a kid. And I was like, why would I want that? And now as an adult, it's like, oh my god, yes, I got some socks. Because I hate spending money on things like that.
Andy only costs $100.
Yeah, the good guy doll.
There's a peddler in the alley behind the store, and I think he's got one. Okay, show her. Well, is it a good guy or not?
It is. Oh, how much do you want for it?
$50.
10, and not a penny more.
50? How much are the normal ones?
Maggie.
I think I dated him.
Come on, we gotta get back to
Oh.
Mrs. Howe has taken sick, and we're shorthanded tonight. You'll have to fill in for her.
I can't. I have to pick up my son at the daycare center in an hour.
I'm sorry, this is an emergency.
Wait a second, I'll take over for her.
Miss Peterson, you work in shoes, not in jewelry. You'll just simply have to do it.
It's my son's birthday.
Mrs. Barclay, are you happy with your job?
What a douchebag.
A good guy! I knew it! Hi, I'm Andy. What's your name? Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho!
Ugh.
Wow. He's something, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if I ever have kids and they ask for something that's really creepy, like, I'm not getting you that. I'm sorry. You can have anything else. I'm not getting you, like, a giant doll that can talk.
With the late-breaking report. Eddie Caputo, reputed accomplice of Charles Lee Ray, has just escaped the Michigan Avenue precinct.
Hey, Chucky, you're not watching me.
Hey, time for bed, Andy.
This lady's dead.
Come on, Chucky.
Is it Maggie, I think?
Aunt Maggie, Chucky wants to watch the 9 o'clock news.
Sure he does.
He quite literally does.
Chucky!
Oh, yes, Chucky. You two, off we go.
Oh, it just grosses me out. Like, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It's just, I don't like it. Chucky's gonna be back in the living room or something.
Now, action news at 9.
Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Terry.
Just leave it on. Leave it on. Why would he turn it off?
Court.
You know what I'm talking about? Turning the TV on and putting Chucky in front of it when I told you it was time to go to bed?
I didn't do that.
Oh, no. What did Chucky do? Walk into the living room and turn it on all by himself?
Yep.
Did you do that, Chucky?
Andy, stop it.
R.I.P. Maggie. I don't see her surviving.
I told you she'd be mad at you if you watched the news.
Are we actually gonna see him move around, or is he just gonna be like the Annabelle doll?
Andy?
No. Just no. There's no way that chair wouldn't make more noise.
Andy, is that you?
Surely it's past 9 o'clock, so the news would have already passed. I just don't want to see him move, you know? Like, I know we saw him run past briefly, but it's like, I don't want to see him in action, if that makes sense. Oh, is he trying to unlock the door? He's grabbed a knife.
How did that happen?
Hello?
Hi, how's it going? How's Andy?
Oh, I guess it can't be that late if they're still working.
Who else would it be? Is something wrong?
No. I just had a bit of the alone at night willies, you know?
Oh, it's to get it to go low on the ground. So we can get her more easily. He's gonna be behind her.
What is wrong with me? I'm scaring myself half to death.
Okay. How do you just throw that at her? I was gonna say, if he killed her, wouldn't it be like weird? Like, how would they explain that? But obviously, now I don't know if that was his plan to make it look like an accident. God, that would be the last thing that you wanted to see when you get home from work.
Andy! Andy!
I'm assuming the police took him somewhere else. Oh.
Oh, thank God. Where's Maggie?
She had an accident.
An accident? What kind of an accident?
Miss Barkley, I'm Detective Mike Norris. Homicide?
Well, if homicide is here, then they must think that obviously that's what it was. You'd think that they would think that it... I don't know.
Miss Peterson's dead, Miss Barkley.
What? How?
She fell from your kitchen window.
No.
I mean, you wouldn't accidentally fall from
You alright?
a window like that, so...
Yes.
I guess they would think either she was pushed or she, like, did it herself. But... not if the glass was broken, like, she would have opened it first.
You, got any idea what these are?
No.
Oh, are they gonna think
Look
that
like
it was her
footprints, don't
son?
they? Very small footprints.
No, well, they're too small to be
What are
his.
you implying?
I don't know.
Chucky wanted to know what was going on.
Andy, I want you to go to bed. The detective and I are very busy.
I'm surprised that they
Why are you
didn't
treating
call
Andy like
her.
this? If he says he doesn't know how those footprints got there, then he doesn't.
Like, you'd like to think something like this happened at your house. The first thing they would do was ring you.
What do you think was so important about my sneakers, Chucky? You don't know either, do you?
I wonder what they tell child actors that are like this young. Because obviously they can't be aware that they're in a horror film, right? They wouldn't want them to be scared.
Mommy! Mommy, I know who was on the kitchen counter.
Andy!
Who, Andy?
I thought I told
Who?
Chucky.
Your doll?
Andy, that's enough stories for today.
Why does he kind of remind me of James Franco, the detective, in like certain angles?
Anything else I can do for you, sir?
Oh, yeah, here. Give this to the lab. Found it in the corner of the kitchen.
What is this?
Possible murder weapon.
No.
It was a toy hammer that did that.
Hey, you are kidding me, aren't you?
I mean, unless he has super strength, there's no way that that would cause that much damage for you to like fall out a window.
Andy, who are you talking to?
Chucky.
Chucky, huh? What's he been saying?
All kinds of things. His His real name is Charles Lee Ray, and he's been sent down from heaven by Daddy to play with me.
Is she gonna connect that was the guy that was on the news?
Yes.
Who was like a strangler, wasn't he? Like serial killer?
Yes. He said that Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved.
How can you say something so horrible?
I didn't say it, Chucky did.
Andy, stop it.
Chucky's alive, really, he
Andy,
is.
Chucky. Chucky is a doll. He's made of plastic and stuffing.
If only. If only.
Now, you don't really think that Chucky is alive, do you?
But he is.
And I also get that he's young, but is he not freaked out by the fact that his doll is alive?
She didn't believe me.
Hey, you sure you're all right about last night?
School's like the worst place you'd want to take Chucky, to be honest. Oh, there's other people with it. Okay. When I was in school, if you'd brought like a doll to class with you, you would have been bullied. Which is sad, but... Does she just have to go to work and carry on life as if nothing happened? Like, that's insane. And there's nobody questioning a child on a train by themselves. Why? This is I understand like he's young, but do you not realize where you are? Are you not scared? Kids in horror films are always like so brave because they generally just don't seem to be fazed by anything.
Look, you stay here.
He's gonna leave.
I'll be right there, Chucky.
Chucky's gone. He's not waiting. I really hope we don't see him running. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see him in action. He's just gonna burn it down. I hate this. Why? I'm just gonna stop questioning this child. Like, questioning stuff in horror films is kind of like... It is what it is. There wouldn't be a horror film if people didn't make questionable decisions. Well, that's one way to do it.
You haven't been to school to pick up your son yet?
No. No, I came directly from work. Why?
Let's go into my office.
So she did have to go to work.
Is something wrong with Andy?
You'd think they'd at least have about one day to mourn her best friend.
I don't know how to tell you this, Miss Barkley.
Tell me what?
Son's
Do you
missing.
have any idea why your Aunt Maggie fell out of that window?
Yes?
Could you tell me why?
'Cause she saw Chucky and it scared her so much she fell out.
Oh, she did, huh?
Oh, so it wasn't necessarily the hammer, it was...
Mommy!
Yeah, you'd freak out if you saw that. I mean, I would.
Nobody believes you about Chucky. Unless you start telling the truth. Right now. They're going to take you away from me.
You hear that, Chucky? They're taking me away unless you say something.
He doesn't care.
Come on, Chucky, say something. Tell me why you lied to me about everything. He's doing it on purpose. He told me never to tell about him or he'd kill me.
Mrs. Barkley, my name is Dr. Ardmore. I'm from County General. I've seen more.
Yeah, would they not just take him to therapy?
A couple of days with us.
Like, you think they would have... Yeah. I know... Like I said, even though this is, like, only the 80s, therapy's come a long way in just mental health in general, so I feel like it would just be like, okay, your child is crazy. that's that.
Say something, you little bastard. Say something, damn it!
Hi, I like to be hugged.
Can't you just throw him away? I guess they'd want to keep him in case they do think that, what's his name, like Tommy or something, did do it. That'd be the only way to get him to talk.
He wants you for a best friend. Yeah, sure.
Oh. I mean, maybe you already have batteries in him to start with. I mean, obviously not, like, we know that, but... See, I would have left the house at this point. That's just me. Oh, that's what she's gonna check, if he had batteries in him already.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Oh no. Move the couch. I hate this. I don't like this. What happens if you just broke him? Like, smashed him to pieces? Well, burn him's also a good one.
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
I got so excited because that's the TikTok sound. Okay, so we do see him in action. But she does kind of need him to prove that her son's not insane. How? I'm gonna stop questioning things actually. Like I said, when you're watching a horror film, you just gotta roll with it. And I'm not one of those people, because you know how so many people like, oh, people in horror films are so stupid, they make stupid decisions. And sometimes, like, it's not. As in, sometimes they do, because the film, like, they need someone to do stupid things for the film to happen. But also, like, sometimes it's not them being stupid. Sometimes when you're in that situation, you kind of do questionable things. Because one of those that's easier to judge on the outside, but when you're in it, it's more difficult.
Live, and he killed Eddie Caputo.
What?
I took him home to my apartment. I was about to throw away the box that he came in when the batteries fell out. Don't you see? He's been moving and talking for days without any batteries in him.
What are you talking about?
No one's gonna believe you, girl. And he's gonna think that she's obviously making this up because she doesn't want her son taken away.
Wait a minute! I am telling you the truth. Does this look like I'm lying?
How did you get them?
Chucky bit me.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh. All right, don't believe me.
Is it wrong that I'm kind of attracted to the detective? He's kind of cute.
I'm from a peddler where I work. I'll start there.
That isn't a good part of town to be in at this time of night. Mrs. Barkley, do you hear me?
Yeah, I think that's him.
I'm sorry. I bought a doll from you in back of Carson's department store with my friend yesterday.
Oh, yeah, doll. What about it?
Where did you get it?
What do you give me if I tell you?
Well,
money.
I don't have much, but you're welcome to whatever I have.
Not enough. What else you got?
Jewelry.
That's all I got.
All you got?
What? Yes.
All you got?
Wait a minute.
Oh, you got a lot.
No. No. Oh, no. No.
Oh no, no, not this.
Hey. Where'd you get the doll from?
The burned out toy store on Wabash. That's where I got it.
You're not out here.
He might believe it now.
Nothing.
It's sad because I know he's gonna die.
Whoa, hey, where are you going now?
Wabash and Van Buren.
There's nothing there. It's an abandoned wreck of a store. Well, why don't you believe me? It was struck by lightning the night that Charles Lee Ray died.
How do you know that?
Because I was there. I was the man who killed him.
Well, wasn't it technically lightning that did that?
Not exactly the kind of thing you tell someone.
Where did Charles Lee Ray live?
730, Stony Island, the south side.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
Home to get some sleep.
No, you can't do that. Oh, don't you see? You just said it. Chucky killed Caputo. That leaves you.
That does it.
I am telling you the truth.
Okay, he doesn't believe her at all. I mean, understandable.
Remember what you said the first night you met me in my apartment?
What about it?
You said you didn't like loose ends. Well, I'm a loose end. You can't just let go what I said tonight without checking it out.
For the last time, Mrs.
True.
Barkley, good night.
I mean, I'd be terrified to go home by myself as well. Like, be staying at someone else's house, a friend or someone. Is Chucky in the car? Because it's like he's trying to make them all seem like accidents. Because obviously he burned that place down. And yeah, he's in the car.
Good night, asshole.
Not the detective. Surely he's trained to know how to get out of something like this. Break! Get out the car! Or jump out the car, even if it's moving at this point. Like... Unless he's done something to the brake, yeah. No, I don't know. Jump out! He's gonna crash.
Hi, Mikey!
What is he doing? Are we not even gonna try and get out of the car? I get that's not that easy, but I notice I do that a lot where I say but and then I don't finish the sentence. I think it's maybe like a Spanish thing where, or an Andalusian thing where you talk and you kind of like just don't finish the sentence, but everyone knows what you mean. Okay, he's into like some weird shit then. Makes sense. It was quite impressive if he painted that himself though. Detective, let's maybe not sneak up on her.
Karen. After I talked to you last night, I decided to go back to the station and pull Ray's file. I learned a couple of things. His nickname was Chucky, and he spent a lot of time with this man. Now all we have to do is find him before Chucky does.
Okay, and what does he do? Is he the one that taught him the magic? Or the whatever? Spell?
Hi! It's me, Chucky. What do you think? The gree work? I didn't think anybody could hurt me. But last night I got shot. You know something? It hurt. It hurt like a son of a bitch, it even bled. Why is that, John?
You're turning human.
What?
Oh?
You mean I have to live out the rest of my life in this body? No fucking way! You got me into this, you get me out.
I can't do that, Chucky.
Why not?
Because you're an abomination. Perverted everything I've taught you and used it for evil. And you have to be stopped.
Your own personal mojo, Doc.
Give me that.
Sure. How do you want it? Broken legs?
You should maybe like just not announce. What are you gonna do?
Tell me you died, John. Your choice.
No, I'll tell you.
He's gonna kill you anyway.
You have to transfer your soul out of the doll into that of the first human being you revealed your true self to.
You mean the first person I let in on the fact that I was really alive?
Oh, the kid.
I'm gonna be 6 years old again. Well, John, it's been fun. So long, John.
I must stop him before he can say the chant. Heart. His heart is almost human.
Well, at least he gave us some useful information before he died. That's a real one right there. How is he so quick?
Help me! He's coming to kill me! He's here! Chucky's here!
I don't see anybody.
But Doctor, Chucky's here! And he's going to kill me! Please don't leave me! Please!
This poor traumatized child. And it's a trap that he set out.
No!
It's all right, Andy. It's all right. No. No.
Oh, and they're gonna sedate him, really. I mean, from their point of view, yeah. But are they not questioning how he managed to get out of the room? Wait, cause my question was like, what is this room? Because I'm like, maybe it's just like a hospital and they've got a, mental health part, but they still had those in mental hospitals. Oh my god.
What? Yeah. Fried him to a crisp with the electric shock machine and then he escaped.
Why do they have these children in these conditions?
I know the little girl said that Chucky was here and that he was looking for Andy.
Well, where would Andy go?
He'd go home. I always told him to go there if he was in trouble.
How did... God, people are fast. I'm assuming this looks like New York or somewhere, like a big city. The baseball bat? Yeah, that's kind of like the type of weapon that you'd need to fight something like Chucky. Because when you see that, it's like a thing online of when people talk about horror films that they think they would survive, and everyone always says Chucky. I would actually just have a heart attack if I saw a doll running at me. Because honestly, I wouldn't survive a lot of horror films. There's quite a few where I reckon I would be able to survive, like realistically. And it really annoys me when people say things like, "Oh, I would survive the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I just won't go to Texas." Like, that's not how the game works, okay? Where'd the bat go? Okay. So I assume this is gonna end. They're gonna kill the doll, but then he's gonna come back somehow. Because obviously there's more films. I know, like, Abby from Primeval is in one or a couple of the films. Primeval is such a good show. Like, that was my childhood as well. That was one of the good parts of my childhood, Primeval. Didn't he have to be dead though for him to do that? He's just knocked out. I don't like it when he moves like that. Is he in the wardrobe? He has to have super strength, like, there's no way. He said heart. Let's aim for the heart. Yeah, she's gonna burn him, but he's still gonna live. And he's traumatized.
Andy, no, please. We're friends to the end, remember?
Sure.
This is the end, friends.
That's a good line right there. He's not dead though, not really.
Andy, you alright?
Don't leave him unattended.
Chucky's dead.
No, he's not. He's gonna come back one last time.
Hello, Andy. Give me the boy and I'll let you live, do you hear me?
Get the lamp or... and just swing it at him. Yeah, so what would happen if you just dismember him? If it's only the heart that would kill him, wouldn't dismemberment also work? Still not dead. I mean, you had one instruction, which was to shoot him in the heart. So, now's the chance to do it. There we go. Although I think that's his back, but I think it would have still gone through, right? Is she gonna... No, they're not gonna blame her.
What the hell's going on here? Oh, hey. Oh, Jesus.
No one's gonna believe them.
All right, well, go on. Check it out in the hall. It's scattered all over the place. But don't touch it. Do you understand me? Don't you touch one part of it. All right, look.
I wonder if he's gonna get possessed then, because he's obviously gonna touch it. No, that wouldn't make any sense.
Oh, look, it's as dead as they come. It's dead.
Just grab him! You believe us now, don't you? Just shoot him in the heart.
Heart! Shoot him in the heart!
Clearly something didn't work, because he does come back at some point.
Wanna play?
You believe me now?
Yeah. But who's gonna believe me?
True, like, I don't know how they're gonna explain this. I hope she gets some compensation for this and can move out and live somewhere else. Okay, so that... it wasn't scary. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't too bad. It was okay. Like, I knew that it wasn't gonna be, like, scary, but I don't know. Like, I wasn't as freaked out as I thought I was gonna be, to be honest. And yeah, I'm just kind of glad that I watched it, and now I can write off another, like, classic horror film off my list that I've seen, so that makes me glad. I'm not sure, I know, like, because it's saying, like, the next one is The Bride of Chucky, and like I said, I don't know how many films there are exactly, and I know this is a series, but I don't know if I'd go as far as to watch all those, but at least I've watched this one, you know? It counts for something, and yeah. It was an alright film. It wasn't bad, it was okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for doing something that I wasn't able to when I was 16. Yeah, it's another fear that I've overcome, you know? Even though obviously, like, as an adult, I'm not necessarily scared of him. Like I said, I can see him in pictures that I don't particularly like him, but it's not like when I was a kid when I'd see him I'd freak out. but I'm proud of myself. I did it. And yeah, and I'm excited. I think the next horror film that we're gonna watch, and I know it's not necessarily a horror film, like it's not scary. I mean, this isn't necessarily scary either, but I really want to watch American Psycho, so I think that is gonna be the next one that we watch. And there's other films that I don't think that like, so my list of films that I want to watch, again, I probably won't watch them all in October because I'm gonna be kind of like dividing, so 1 week will be Star Wars, 1 week will be a horror film. So there'll only be 2 horror films in October, so I think it'll be this and American Psycho. But then once we finish the Star Wars films, I'll probably be starting a Star Wars series, but I can also do like an episode a week and also a film. So I want to watch The Craft, and I know you did last summer, but I don't know if I'll react to them on the channel, but I do want to watch them. There's also like, I can't remember, it was a horror film that came out earlier this year with, I can't remember her name, but Cole Sprouse or Dylan Sprouse, one of the Sprouse brothers, and it's like the people that made Jennifer's Body, so I really want to watch that as well. And there's a couple of others, but there aren't really a great selection of horror films available on any of the streaming platforms, which is so annoying considering like it's nearly Halloween and you do have to pay for most of them, which I don't mind. I mean, it's one of those where I'm already paying for a service, like I'm paying for Prime Video and I have to like rent it, but it's not like, there's like €2, so it's fine. But even the ones that like you have to rent are just not good. So when I was looking through them, like those were like the best ones. There was also Parasite, which when I watched it, I'm like, it wasn't necessarily a horror film. Like I thought it was gonna be like proper horror, but it wasn't. But I ended up just watching that on my own time because of the subtitle situation, because the only subtitles they had were in Spanish, because I live in Spain, so there was no English ones. So I'm like, because obviously I watched it in the original language as well, so I wasn't sure how that was gonna work. So I just watched that in my own time. But that was like the best like horror film that they had, and that was more like a drama, really. It was a really good film, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like the horror film that I was expecting. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, we got The Autopsy of Jane Doe, Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney, and The Blair Witch Project is another classic that I could watch. There's other films, like, I can't remember what it's called. Requiem for a Dream, which is supposed to be like, I don't know even what genre that film is. And we have Smile. I don't think I've watched that one. And no, there isn't really. Oh, The Black Phone is another one that I could watch. Abigail, Five Nights at Freddy's. Again, I know that's not really horror. Hellraiser, the original Evil Dead. I've not seen the original. I've just seen the newer ones. Oh, Winnie the Pooh. I know that was supposed to be awful, but mommy wants to watch it just for that. Dead Silence, Bones and All. The Clockwork Orange might also be a good one. The Exorcist. I've not seen that. And Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I also really want to watch that one. Lisa Frankenstein, that was the one I wanted to watch. There's also the whole Final Destination like franchise that I have not touched because I think that they would make me paranoid. From Dusk Till Dawn. Interview with the Vampire, I've always wanted to watch that. Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, I mean there's more options to be honest. But those are probably some ones that again, I kind of just want to finish Star Wars and watch all those films, and then once I start the series, like I said, I can kind of just balance both. And I did originally, like, I've always wanted to react to horror films. Like those are films that whenever I imagine myself having a channel, it would have been horror films because that's what I like to watch. So yeah, those are the films that you can kind of expect to see in the future. Once Star Wars, I think it'll probably be mid-November when we finish the films. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reaction, and hopefully I'll see you next time.